Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be going over what I believe are the best web hosting services, and I'm going to be running through four. Two of them are budget hosts, so they're really cheap, and then two are higher priced hosts, but they are the two best quality out there. You probably know which two they are if you've been on the internet much at all. So I'll leave the links to all these in the description if you want to go check them out yourself, and let's get right into it. So the first budget host is 1&1. The price for this hosting is $11.98 for your first year, so it's about $1 a month, so that's pretty cheap. So obviously the pros of this is it's very budget friendly and you can have unlimited domains, so you can have as many websites as you want on this host. And the cons are it's got a very unusual cPanel. If you've ever been in a control panel before for your hosting, it's just how you control the back end and control everything in your hosting account. And the cPanel for 1&1 is it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's really different from, most cPanels are usually exactly the same pretty much, give or take a few things, and their cPanel is completely different. So if you're used to using the typical cPanel and you go over to 1&1, you're going to be a little lost at first, but it's just as easy to use, it's just different. And the second downside is it has longer DNS transfer times. By this, I mean if you buy a domain at another registrar like GoDaddy and you want to point that domain towards your 1&1 host, it takes a little longer before you can start to build your website and stuff. Usually, for most hosting, you can start building your website within an hour or so. Sometimes with 1&1, it can take up to a day. So that's not always a big deal, but it's something to consider. And then their customer support is the slowest of the four on this list from what I've experienced. So the second host is Namecheap, and they're priced in at $9.98 for your first year. So this is the cheapest host on the list, obviously. They're super budget, and they're also a really great place to register domains because you get free Whois protection, and they also have really fast customer support. Not as fast or as good as the next two that I'm going to mention, but they do have the edge over 1&1 for customer support. But the downside of using the Namecheap host is you can only host 3 domains on the 998 package, so you can only have 3 different websites. So, as I'm sure you guessed, the first big host is Bluehost. Their pricing is $3.95 a month for one domain or $5.95 a month for unlimited domains. And the upsides are they have really great customer support, very fast. That's one of the things that they pride themselves on is amazing customer support. They have the best loading speed of any host, so their pages will load faster than anyone else. They have automated weekly backups, which are free. You can get these on other hosts, but they're not going to be free. And you also get unlimited email accounts. So if you have a business and you have 100 employees, there you go, you got 100 email accounts. And then also when you sign up for Bluehost, you get a free domain. So that makes ease of sign up really easy. So say this is your first site and you haven't got a domain yet and you just go buy hosting from Bluehost and they already have free domains. You don't have to, transfer domains from other registrars or worry about pointing name servers because it will already be right here and ready to go. And one of the downsides, now this isn't really a downside to me, but it is a downside to some people, is that there's no option to pay monthly. So you have to lock in those plans above. You have to pay for the year. And some people don't like that because they don't know if they're going to want their website up in a year or not. So sometimes they would rather just pay month by month, but Bluehost doesn't offer that option. So big host number 2 is HostGator. Their price is 1 cent the first month if you use a promotional code, which I can give you one. I'll leave it in the description. And then it's $3.95 a month for one domain and $5.95 a month for unlimited domains, which I forgot to type in there. So the pros of HostGator are 1 cent first month. They have great customer support. It's just as good as Bluehost. They're about equal. And one of the main selling points for HostGator is they have the best uptime of any host. Uptime just means, if your site's down, then, you try and go visit your site and it's just not there. It's a white screen. So with HostGator, this is barely ever going to happen. They have a 99.9% uptime percentage guarantee. I've never experienced downtime with HostGator. So yeah, this is a big selling point for many people because if your site's even down for a few hours, depending on how much traffic you're getting, you don't know how much money that could lose you. So this is a big selling point for a lot of people. And another pro, I guess this is a pro for some people, is that you can pay monthly instead of annually. But if you choose to pay monthly, the price is going to go up to $8.95 and $11.95, matching up with the price ranges up top. So you're going to have to pay a little bit more if you don't want to lock in the yearly price. If you're an established business and you're already making money and you're trying to just establish an online presence, there's no reason not to buy the yearly subscription. And then just like Bluehost, you have unlimited emails, so you can create as many emails as you want. The main downside of HostGator is I've actually experienced this one myself, and a few people I know have as well, is complaints when using SEO plugins on your site, like Yoast SEO or W3 Total Cache. If you don't know what these are, Yoast SEO essentially just helps you optimize your on-page SEO for keywords, titles, meta descriptions, and things like that. And W3 Total Cache helps to essentially just speed up your site. And sometimes using these plugins with HostGator causes some issues with your site, and then when you ask HostGator, hey, I'm having some issues with this, they'll just tell you to remove the plugin, and you don't really want to do that because you're trying to optimize your SEO. Now, I'm not saying this happens every time, but it has happened to me and a few people I know on occasion. It doesn't always happen, but it does, so it's worth mentioning and it's worth considering. So overall, the verdict is all four of these hosts are pretty solid for what their purpose is. Obviously, Bluehost and HostGator are superior to the two budget hosts I mentioned, but the budget hosts do get the job done if you really are strapped for cash or you're just trying to dip your feet in the water and you don't want to make a large initial investment. So the verdict, I would say the best budget host is 1-in-1, just because you can have unlimited websites versus on Namecheap you can only have 3. But if you only want one website, then I would actually change this to Namecheap just because their customer service is a little bit better. And the best host for SEO is Bluehost because HostGator does have those occasional problems with SEO plugins. So I would say Bluehost is the best for SEO. And the best uptime, as we went over, is HostGator. The other hosts have good uptime as well. Bluehost would be coming in at second, but HostGator is definitely the best at uptime, and none of the other hosts offer the same guarantee that they do. So that's something to consider. And the best page loading speed is Bluehost. So their pages will load faster than on any other host. So that's another thing to consider, and that's another reason why they are the best for SEO, because your page loading speed will affect your SEO. And the best customer support and the best email services are both a tie between Bluehost and HostGator. They both have great customer support. They both have unlimited emails and everything like that. So overall, the decision, it really comes down to what you want and what type of services you're looking for from your hosting provider. If I had to pick a personal recommendation, I mean, it's hard to say. It's a tie between Bluehost and HostGator. I mean, they both have equal amounts of upside. I mean, the SEO on Bluehost and page loading speed is huge, but then the best uptime for HostGator is huge as well. So it just comes down to preference, but you can't really go wrong with any of these four from what I've experienced and from what I've seen other people experience. So if this video was helpful, please like the video. If you have any questions regarding any of these hosts, leave them in the comments below. And I've put the links to all four of these hosts in the description so you can check them out. And also there is a coupon code you can use in the description to get HostGator 1 cent for your first month if you choose to use HostGator. As always, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video.